Tell me a little bit because I love the term building biology. Where'd you come up with that? And like, how do you see that term being applied to everything you do?
So building biology actually came from Germany. They've been doing
Mm,
this for years, where they understand building biology basically means the study of how the building interacts with us, with our biology. When we look at the building as our second skin, so we have our first skin, we have the environment of our body, our cells inside, what's going on inside our body, but then we have the environment of what's going on inside of our homes. And the environment of our homes absolutely impacts the environment of our body. And so we got to look at that as our second skin, and we got to look at it like a living organism. And we got to look at it for truly how it interacts with us. And so that's truly what building biology is the study of that interaction between us and our built environment.
I love that. And are you looking at things and recommending things like biophilic design and having lots of plants and natural light and trying to bring nature into your environment?
All that stuff. Yeah, there's 25 main principles that we look at, and those are some of them. Yes.
Awesome. What about things like feng shui and other like, kind of traditional Western approaches to the energy within a home?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, all
Yeah.
that stuff. Great. Yeah. Yeah, we there's so much to the environment we look at, and the first thing we want to do is what are all the toxins? Let's get rid of the
Mm,
toxins first, and then let's start adding in all this cool stuff. There's biogeometry, there's color, there's smells,
mhm.
there's the natural lighting, there's our community. There's so many things that we can look at that can help enhance. But the first things first is we got to get rid of the toxins in the home and the stressors. And 90% of the homes are at that point where we've got to get rid of the toxins and stressors.
It's really funny because like I hear you talking about this. This is sort of the precise approach we have with patients, with that. And it's cool that we're applying what you look at in a sick patient to what you would do in a sick home. Because the first thing you always want to do with a patient before anything is remove toxins. Anything
Mhm.
you do that you try and, nutritional support, this, that, if you're highly toxic, the environment's just dirty, it's nasty, it doesn't matter. You could bring in like a bunch of, cleaner, this, that, but if it's just dirty, like you need to take care of that. So it's very analogous to medical treatment, what you're doing for a home. You're kind of treating the home that way. And at a certain point, you go into things like regeneration within a patient's program of treatment, and you also go into the psychology and mental aspects and try and improve on that. Do you see that as well, that transition of like a person's mindset to where they live, and even the idea of a cluttered environment cluttering the mind?
Oh, 100%. Entropy is a very real thing. The more things you have in your home can directly correlate to the amount of stress you have. And
Mm,
so, for example, like in my bedroom, all I have is my bed. I have two air filters, and then I have a chair, and then I have a couple plants, and that's it. I don't have anything. I don't have nightstands, get cluttered, none of that, because when I go and lay down and get ready for bed, I want to have a clean, clear mind. I don't want to have anything else in there. Same thing with the office. I try to keep it real simple. I have my laptop, a couple chairs, the cabinets behind me are all closed, so I keep all my cluttered stuff behind there. And every single room you want to have very simple and very distinct for its purpose, and not have it cluttered with a bunch of other stuff, because that will absolutely clutter the mind.
yeah, I think again that's something Americans do a lot of. I noticed. Like if you look at Scandinavian design, it's very minimalistic, sleek. Not much there, open areas, negative space, sort of, lots of light. And then a lot of the Americans like we're hoarders. That's what we do. We just clutter stuff up. We don't want to give it away. We kind of see more as a good thing. The more we can accumulate, the richer we are. But
Mhm.
there is that alternative side of it that the more clutter you have, the more it's going to impact your psychology, your emotional state, all these other things. Are there like tips when you go in and ask people, do you do like a Marie Kondo sort of approach to things with people? It's like, does this spark joy? If not, get rid of it. Like, what's your approach to decluttering your home?
Yeah, I do talk about that. I'm a big fan of hers, and we use that term a lot. I use that with
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's very important. Once we've got rid of the toxins and the stressors, then now let's try to optimize the home as much as possible. And, the Marie Kondo method, Feng Shui you mentioned. There's a lot of different programs that we try to instill into the home to make it more optimal.